Assalamu alaikum kids, brothers and sisters, welcome to Madrasah TV show, a show where we teach you Qur'an, Qai'dah, Tajweed in a real different and cool and fun way. I am a teacher from Medina, Ustaz Hamza, and I'm today here. I'm going to be teaching you everything you guys should be learning at madrasas this time. I know you guys are not going madrasas, so I'm going to be teaching you everything you guys should be learning in madrasa, inshallah ta'ala. Now, before I start my lesson and start my show, I need to remind you guys that inshallah, last two segments in this show are dedicated for you guys to call us in and recite. This is the number for you guys to call us in. Call us in, and today we are reciting inshallah Surah Al-Falaq and Surah Al-Ikhlas. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. And the second surah we're reciting today is Surah قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Call us in, join us live inshallah ta'ala, and let us hear your beautiful recitation. I'll give you one valuable feedback inshallah. And the bunny here is going to be giving you some badges inshallah ta'ala. Bunny, yesterday, yes, we had a lot of students who got extraordinary badges, and we had some students who got gold badges. Let's see what badge you're going to get. If you think so extraordinary, call this number inshallah and join us live on the show. But this is going to be in the last two segments. For the first two segments, I have a very important lesson for you. Yesterday, we were learning about makharij al-huruf. So every letter that you pronounce in Qur'an is coming from somewhere, right? So one letter is coming from New Zealand, and the second letter is coming from... No. This is the diagram. This is a person, guys. He looks like a person. The only thing is this person, his head is like cut from the middle. So what we can see inside his mouth here. Look at this, look at his tongue, and that's his nose there. And you know, if he's eating something, let me show you. Some of you guys are like, I don't understand this, so I'm going to show you. So let's say if he eats something like this, where is it? Let's say if this is the food, it's going to go inside his mouth and down to his stomach. Yeah? Okay? So this is a person. That's his nose, this is his tongue, and this is his mouth. Yeah, try to understand it, inshallah. And if you don't understand it, I'll draw an eye for you. Here you go. But it just makes it look scarier. So I'm just going to move the eye away. I'm going to put some hair on his head. Here you go. Okay. Now it's easier? Yeah. Now you guys get it, right? So it's like this. Okay? So we were talking about makharij al-huruf. So where does each and every letter that you pronounce in Qur'an comes from? So we were saying the easiest one is the nose. Noon. Noon comes from your nose. Which noon? We're talking about the noon that's like that buzz on your nose, like and we call it gunna. Gunna comes from your nose, okay? And then we said there are three letters that come from using both of your lips. Ba, mim, waw. These three letters come from you bending your lips together, and one letter, which is waw, you round your lips together to pronounce this letter. Ba, mim, waw. And then we have something called palate. Palate is this empty space above your tongue, yeah? And this is where we pronounce alif, waw, and ya from. Now, not just any alif, waw, ya. We're talking about the stretching alif, waw, and ya. The alif, waw, and ya that stretches letters. For example, ba, oo, bi. So you see the stretch in ba, bi, bu, ba, bi, bu. That stretch is coming from here. Now, if you repeat after me, guys, say with me, ba. Can you see something vibrating up there, yeah? And if you say boo, you feel something up there, and also be that palate, the empty space above your tongue, up there, okay? And then we have throat. Throat, we have 6 letters that come straight from your throat, okay? And for you to practice them, we said we are going to use ma, mim as an active letter, and let's say ma, that's Hamza. Ma, that's ha. Ma, that's ayn. You see this ayn here? And then we have mah, that's ha. And the top 2 letters are magh and magh. Now, these are 4 different makharij. These are 4 different places where a lot of letters come from. And then the most complicated one is the tongue. Where's the tongue, guys? I can see tongue here, and I'm going to color this tongue in red. You guys with me? Let's do some coloring together. This lesson is getting too long, too boring. Let's do some coloring. Now, you see tongue here. There are 17 letters that come from this tongue here. Okay, 17 letters. Now, the thing is, it can be quite complicated for me to draw or to show you all the letters in this small, tiny tongue. So what I did, I drew a different diagram here. But this time, what I did, imagine a person standing like this, and you cut his head like a watermelon. Ugh. So, you guys remember this watermelon here? Yeah, you guys used to buy watermelons in summertime. Now imagine that you cut this watermelon like this, like that from half. And when you look at the watermelon from the top, you're going to see something like this, round, and it's like red from inside, and definitely it has some seeds here in black, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you're looking at it from the top. Now what I'm doing, I'm looking at someone's tongue from the top. That's this tongue, okay? So I'm looking at it right from the top. And this is what I can see. Now, what I can see is the watermelon, my bad. What I can see that the tongue here, there are teeth around it. Can you guys see these teeth here? Yeah, this is teeth, yeah, your teeth. And then what I can see is your tongue. I'm looking at your tongue from the top, okay? And from the back here, this is the back of your tongue, you have a small tongue inside your mouth hanging up there. And it's in red, right, guys? It's like in red color. Now, that's like a small tongue. And then the food goes, so if there is food, let's go back to you eating, what were you guys eating? What was that? The broccoli, yeah, you were eating. This drawing is not nice. Okay, so you were eating something. So the food is going to go inside your mouth, and then it's going to drop inside. Okay, can't really push this down, but you get the idea, okay? Now, we have a lot of letters that are going to come from this tongue. I'm going to start with the most easiest one. You guys with me? Okay, 3 letters. I want you to notice this. 3 letters that come right from the tip of your tongue. What? Tip of your tongue. Now, I'm going to mark this here. You see the tip of the tongue here, this bit. I'm going to color it into yellow. Can you guys see this? This is the tip of your tongue. Come on, guys, show me the tip of your tongue. There, yes, there. I look like a doctor. There, this is your tip, yeah? This is the tip of your tongue. Now, we have 3 letters that we pronounce using the tip of our tongues. And here they are. The first letter is tha. 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 And then we have vo. Vo. And then we have dal. Dal. Okay? Guys, let's practice it together. 3 letters, say tha. I know some of you say sa, which is not good. This is wrong, guys. In my madrasa, no one says sa. Tha. Tha. The sin is a different letter, and we pronounce it differently. So, guys with me. Tha, and then say vo, and then say dhal. Dhal. Now, when you read a'udhu billahi, do you stick your tongue out? You should. A'udhu. It's not a'udhu. A'udhu. Keep that in mind, inshallah. Okay? So these 3 letters come right from the tip of your tongue. Okay? We agree? Now we are going to move to right at the back of your tongue. Okay? Right at the back. Where is the back of your tongue? This is the back of your tongue. Can you guys see that? This is almost the back of your tongue. Always at the back, yeah? Now, we have 2 letters that come from the back of the tongue, and the second one comes slightly forward, And if I were to mark it, so this is the tip of your tongue, and these are the letters that come from the tip of your tongue. Right at the back, right at the end, I have 1 letter, and that is qaf. Qaf. Qaf is not a throat letter, it's a tongue letter, but it comes right at the end of your tongue. Now, let's practice it together. Guys, say with me, ma, ma, ma. We are going to use meme as an active letter. Now say, ma, qo, ma, qo. It's right at the back, and that's why you feel it slightly in your throat, because your tongue doesn't end here. It goes down. It goes slightly to your throat. Look at this diagram here. So the tongue is, oh my God, what happened for a second? I was scared. Okay, so you see this tongue is going down slightly here. So qaf is almost at the top, at the edge here, yeah? So let's say ma, qo. Ma, qo. That's qaf. Now, I know some of you try to pronounce qaf, but it comes out as k. Makkah, like Makkah. Yeah? Makkah. And the reason that you pronounce qaf as kaf, because you're pronouncing it slightly further down, and this is where kaf comes from. This is where kaf comes from. Look at this. Kaf, it's slightly toward the middle, whereas qaf right at the end of your tongue. So let's pretend this is your tongue. Qaf is going to be here. Maqo. Your tongue is going to move slightly and is going to touch the palate. Let's pretend this is your palate. Let's just move this TV screen. Now, let's pretend this is your palate, okay, and this is your tongue. Your tongue is touching the palate. Maqo, maqo. But when you say kaf, not this bit, slightly further. Yeah, Makkah, 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 and then maqal, maqal. Qul is not kul. Okay? Now, I'm going to go on a short break, inshallah. I'm going to take a break because I need to finish my... Hold on a second. It's a bit hot, so I'm going to finish this, inshallah. But when I come back from the break, we're going to continue discovering more letters that we pronounce using our tongue. Okay, inshallah? So that's when we come back. Guys, remember, last 2 segments are for you, inshallah. You guys need to call this number to participate in the show. Today, we are giving you a chance to call us in to recite Surah Al-Falaq and Surah Al-Ikhlas, inshallah ta'ala. Call us in, join us live, inshallah, and some badges. I'll see you guys after a short break. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum kids, brothers and sisters, welcome to Madrasah TV show. No, I said no. What? Guys, this bunny here wants to be in the show. I told him that he doesn't have a tongue. You guys can see he doesn't have tongue. So how would I explain tongue letters if he doesn't have tongue? You know what you can do? Wear my glasses and sit down there and wait for the next segment. So we were talking about, just before the break, we were talking about tongue letters, all the letters that we pronounce using our tongue. And we were talking about all these letters here. Qaf, kaf, tha, dha, and dhal. Let's practice them together, but before I do that, guys, number below is for you guys to call us in and participate in the show in the next segment. Next segment is your segment. I want you guys to call us in, inshallah, and practice Surah Al-Falaq and Surah Al-Ikhlas with us, which I am going to recite for you guys in a bit, okay? Now, these are the letters that we pronounce using our tongue. So let's practice them together. Say tha, now say dha, and dhal. So you're pronouncing these letters using the tip of your tongue. And then we have right at the back of your tongue, ma, qa, qaf, and then we have ma, ke, kaf, okay? Now there are a few more letters that also come from the middle of your tongue, and these three letters are sheen and jim and ya. And then let me explain this, okay? Now, not right from the middle of your tongue. Look at this, look at this. When you say mesh, majj, may, as if the sides of your tongue are touching the palate, where the middle bit is staying where it is, okay? So this is the middle of your tongue, side of your tongue is touching the palate. So you're saying mesh, majj, may. You see, the middle of your tongue is touching the palate up there, and that's how you're pronouncing sheen, jim, ya. So practice after me. Say mesh, majj, may. You're going to feel your tongue from the sides touching the palate, okay? So these are the letters that we pronounce right from the middle of the tongue. And then we have letters that we pronounce using the tip of the tongue, this, okay, against the palate, Now, what's the difference? You see, tha, and dhal, tha, dha, and dhal, these are the letters that we pronounce by sticking the tongue out. When you say ta, ta, and dal, you don't stick your tongue out. You put the tip of your tongue against the palate. Which palate? Which is right behind your teeth. So if we go back to this diagram, now look at this area here. So this is where your tongue is going to touch, okay? Right behind these teeth, okay? Right behind these teeth, there's a palate. Your tongue is going to touch this area. Let me write the letters, and we are going to practice them together. So the letters are ta, ta, and then dal. Now say with me, repeat after me, say ma, ta. So you're going to feel the tip of your tongue touching the palate. Ma, ta, right behind your teeth, okay? Ma, ta, and madde, and also mat. So that would be next three letters, and I have last three letters for you. I know this lesson can be very complicated. It's a tiny tongue, and there's so many letters come from the tongue. Oh my God, that must be very complicated. Now, last three letters we have is lam, noon, and ra. Lam, noon, and ra. And the easiest way for me to show you where do we pronounce al and ar from is by showing you this diagram here. Now look at this. Your tongue is going to touch the palate here, and that's how you say al and ar, okay? So lam is here. Look at the black dot here. Lam is here, and noon is here, ra is slightly at the back. Al and ar, and I am going to put them here. Right behind ta, ta, and dal, you have al, lam, noon, and then ra, okay? Al and ar, okay? Now, these letters are easy to pronounce, but sometimes when you make a mistake, it's easier if you know this, so you can explain to someone, okay? If you know these, you are more than capable of explaining to someone where is a mistake. For example, ma, ta, and ma, ta. So a lot of students recite ta as ta. Ta. The difference between ta and ta is, when you say ta, look at it. Ta and ta are almost the same place. So your tongue is touching the palate right from the same place. The difference is when you say ta, like the entire tongue is touching the palate. When you say ta, like a tip of your tongue touches the palate. Okay, so that's the difference. Now, these are all the letters. Well, we have few more left. These are almost all the letters that come from your tongue. Now, you guys can notice this. Tongue is a tiny part compared to your throat and compared to a massive palate you have, but there's a lot of letters that come from your tongue. And this reminds us of the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, how can I enter paradise? He said, if you can guarantee me what's between your lips, you shall enter paradise, inshallah ta'ala. Which what he was trying to say, if you can control your tongue, if you can think before you speak, if you can control, if you can decide what you're going to say before you just say it, okay? If you're going to be mindful of what you're going to say, you can be guaranteed paradise. And in another hadith, the Prophet Muhammad was asked, and he said, a lot of people are going to be thrown in the hellfire just because of their tongue. So guys, we have to be very careful, very, very careful when we're using our tongue. And one of the hadith, the Prophet Muhammad is telling us, min husni, in a hadith, the Prophet Muhammad is saying, man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir, falyaqul khayran aw liyasmut. If you believe in the day of judgment and in Allah, and if you believe in Allah and the day of judgment, then you shall speak good or remain silent. Don't spread bad news. Don't say negative things and all that bad stuff. No, you want to be someone who carries good words of hope, good news, good things, with a massive smile on your face. And now I am going to go to Surah Al-Falaq and Surah Al-Ikhlas. We are going to recite both of these surahs with a big smile on our face. Unless we are pronouncing a letter with the dhamma, then our mouth is going to be like ooh. And if we are pronouncing something with a full mouth, then we won't be smiling anymore. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I should bring a small TV so you guys can see what I'm doing with my mouth. Okay? Now, I'm going to highlight all the full mouth letters here. So notice this. I'm going to keep smiling unless there is a full mouth letter. And as soon as there's a full mouth letter, you're going to see something blue happening there. Okay? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So when I say ra, I wasn't smiling. And you guys can see the blue highlighted things up there. Shall I go full screen? I'll go full screen for you guys. Here you go. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. Ra and Qaf are both full mouth letters. مِن شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. Even when I'm pronouncing bouncing letters, I'm smiling unless they are full mouth letters. So when I say hasad, you have to keep the smile. When you say uqad, you have to keep smiling. Now here, also ba wa qabe, ba, keep smiling. But when you say falaqo, because qaf is a full mouth letter, notice falaqo, qa. I'm not saying falaqe, I'm saying falaqo. And also khalaqo, qaf here is also a full mouth letter. Let's go to Surah Al-Ikhlas. It's a tiny, small surah with the massive reward if you recite it 3 times. Guys, come on, we know this. What happens if you recite Surah Al-Ikhlas 3 times? What happens? Yes, you are going to get a reward of reciting entire Qur'an if you just recite this surah 3 times, okay? So let's just practice it 3 times all together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Everything that you see in blue is a full mouth letter. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ. Swad is also full mouth. لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. Let's repeat it one more time. Guys, you guys are going to recite with me. I'm going to highlight all the bouncing letters now. Yeah? With me. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Let's go over it one last time and let's highlight anything that we see is coming from the middle of the throat, which is Ain and Ha. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. My purple highlighter was quite light. أحد and ha أحد. Okay, so this is it for Surah Al-Ikhlas and Surah Al-Falaq. I want you guys to inshallah call us in the next segment and recite both of these surahs. Let me hear your recitation. If you never called before, call us for the first time. We had few new callers yesterday and the recitation was really amazing. So I want to hear your recitation inshallah. And if you never called before, call us in today and build your confidence. Okay? You need to try something you never tried before, and especially if you guys are not going madrasa, I expect all of you to call us in inshallah. All of you, I mean all of you, I mean even you. So I'll see you guys inshallah after a short break. Remember 2 rules. When you call us in, I want you to be as close as you can to your phone. You don't turn the phone on, leave it in the living room and go to kitchen to have some strawberries. You have to stay right next to your phone, okay? So I can hear you inshallah. Next rule is your TV have to be either off or you have to put it on mute so you can focus on your recitation and get a gold badge inshallah. Let's see who gets a gold badge after a short break. I'll see you guys after a short break. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum kids, brothers and sisters, welcome back to Madrasah TV show. This is a third segment, and in this segment I am going to be giving you a chance to call us in and recite Surah Al-Falaq and Surah Al-Ikhlas. The number is below. If you are watching us somewhere outside UK, you're more than welcome to call us on a free WhatsApp number. Call us in, join us live inshallah, and let us hear your beautiful recitation. Without any delay, I am going to go straight to the first caller of the day and say Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Inayat and I'm calling from East London.
Inaya is calling from East London. Welcome to the show, Inaya. Inaya, did you go madrasa today?
No.
Why? What happened? Do you go madrasa on weekdays or weekends?
No.
My mom teaches.
Oh.
My mom teaches me.
Okay, okay. And what surah are you going to recite with us today?
Ikhlas.
Surah Al-Ikhlas. Inaya, you're the first caller. Let us hear your recitation. Recite nice and loud, inshallah. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Qul hu Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Inaya, I would like you to stay with us and I want you to try reciting the same surah one more time. The only thing I would want you to do, Inaya, this time is every time you recite dal, I want you to bounce it. So say ahada, samada, yalida, yulada, and then ahada. Can you do that, Inaya?
Yeah.
Okay, Inaya, go ahead. Let's try one more time.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul hu Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah, much better. Inaya, well done, mashallah. I'm going to give Inaya a silver pad, inshallah ta'ala. What I want Inaya to do, inshallah, is a small feedback for you, Inaya. I want you to practice your bouncing letters more. Falaqo, ahada, qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. I want you to practice them more and more and more, inshallah. And join us again tomorrow or whenever you can, inshallah ta'ala. We are here live every Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. for you guys, inshallah. Let's move on to next caller of the day. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. You are live on Madrasah TV. What's your name? Yes, we can hear you. What's your name?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. What's your name?
Aisha.
Aisha, where are you calling us from?
Bristol.
Aisha calling us from Bristol. Welcome to the show, Aisha. Aisha, what surah are you going to recite with us?
Surah Falaq and Surah Ikhlas.
Okay. Aisha, how old are you?
6 years old.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Aisha, do you go madrasa?
No.
Oh, what happened? Why? How comes you're not going madrasa?
I don't know.
Okay. Aisha, you're going to recite, inshallah, Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Al-Ikhlas and Surah Al-Falaq for us. And I'm going to tell you how comes